Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. You know what time it is? It's Danganronpa. So, let's get down, shall we? If I can find it. Come on, computer. You can do this. Don't be slow. Yes, launch the game, please. Foxy, congrats on your spot.
Danganronpa.
Alright, everybody. You ready to get back into a twisted situation? Because that's what we're here for. I think we already checked. Yeah, we already checked this.
No way. Well.
Can we skip ahead? We've already seen this. Or we didn't. Too late now.
Of course.
Another one of us killed. I mean, no, they don't have any balls.
It's the Monokuma pile! See ya later! No way!
Yeah, we gotta do another investigation because another person's dead.
Why?
Oh no! Help me! Hey! Such ignorance.
I mean, they're dumb enough to think they can still try to get out, so...
Naturally.
Well, of course he's jumping into it. I mean, it's either you live and find out who did it, or you fucking die like an idiot.
What? Such ignorance. Damn you!
Yes, the dead body is an object.
Piece of shit!
Calm down. Because... That's right.
Yeah, who cares about more victims? We'll all die.
Hey! Hey! Actually...
So then.
Hey,
At least the potential of a serial killer angle. Monokuma, you sick and twisted bastard.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Interesting. You son of a bitch!
I mean, we might uncover the problem. If not, take out Taka.
So, there is nothing to be done. Is that okay?
2 a.m. Why? Blunt object, straight to the head.
Naturally.
Life without purpose is quite dull? Yeah, I gotta agree with you. And Fox, you want Hifumi to be taken out so badly.
What?
You're purchasing my talent. With an attitude like that, I don't really want you as a client.
Stop talking.
He is doing it in the most arrogant way possible.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a big blood stain on the dumbbell. It could be. Shit, imagine getting murdered with a dumbbell.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a dead body, alright. Strung up. Bye, Chihiro.
Very strange. What?
Ain't that a sad thing? The locker room you hang in a lot is now the site of a dead friend. Well, likely she came here herself, but there would be some kind of drag pattern. There's blood splatters in here, so likely it happened from here.
Perhaps.
That's a pretty big possibility.
However,
So then, who was it that she came with? Hey Mondo, what do you gotta say on this? I mean, we all need to get stronger. But Chihiro had a certain complex about it in general. Well, some people, getting stronger is really important to them. They feel too weak and helpless otherwise. Yeah, it's about time we move on. We already checked everything we could.
what? Let's go.
Yeah, sad that we have to work with Yakia of all people. Kind of a cop. I mean, how is it not related to the investigation? It's directly connected to the room we found the corpse.
What?
Did you call for me?
Oh wow, the bear's been domesticated. I domesticated a fox, now I domesticate a bear?
That's right.
You need something? Yep.
Yeah, they have been, you know, designed to do that.
Unbelievable.
Bro, can I get one of those? Just for home defense purposes, of course.
Of course.
So, in other words, such ignorance.
Calling him simple, but it's a good train of thought. Doesn't make it correct, but it's a good train of thought. Only the act of loaning. Borrowing is perfectly fine. Well, Monokuma, you're kind of tiny and you're kind of annoying.
Yep. Why you?
I mean, exactly. You would have to loan it. I'm dying because of the message I just got, Foxy. If you would like to see it, come here and get a good laugh.
Unbelievable.
Criminal negligence? How dare you? I will be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back, everybody. I had to show a message to Foxy because she needed a good laugh.
That's fine.
The main hall? Yeah, what are we looking for here? Oh, wait, is that a mailbox? An e-handbook? 3 of them? Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. Well, I'm sorry, Foxy. I can't do anything to help you. Of course we found Sayaka's first thing. So, you're borrowing a dead person's e-handbook. Fair enough.
What? Very strange.
Wait, one of them won't turn on. So, Leon's is broken.
I see.
I thought these things were supposed to be indestructible. A cruel, heartless death. Ah, nah, it was deserved.
Damn it! Now I'm really angry!
So it wouldn't break that easily, even after being fired upon by, you know, countless baseballs.
That's impossible!
So 10 tons of pressure and waterproof. Shit, we need to get Foxy a phone like that.
I can't hear you!
Wait, it has a weak point? Now I'm curious.
What?
Wah-wah?
Okay then. Fucking psycho ass.
That's fine.
What do you mean not quite? The true identity of Genocide Jack.
Don't make me repeat myself. What?
I mean, if you really believe it's Genocide Jack, more power to ya. I mean, yes. Quite literally, a few of you could be. Alright, what basis you got?
Don't make me repeat my...
Then we're...
Clear now.
Okay, okay. What evidence you got for me?
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy, leave us alone. God damn, Yakuya.
'Cause, I mean... Please! 'Cause, I mean...
What happened, Hina?
Well...
Wait, something happened to Toko?
Very strange. Don't make me repeat myself.
I mean, I'll make you repeat yourself as much as I want. Don't be a cocksucker. Oh wait, you already knew that. Alright, let's hurry then.
Let's go.
What you got for me, Hina?
So,
What was she saying? How is it weird exactly?
That's fine.
Well, she's shaking like a fucking leaf.
what?
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But Could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Oh no, it makes perfect sense. Sounds like she's the real Genocide Jack. Yeah, I doubt anybody would persuade her right now.
That's fine.
I don't think he's gonna be nice. He's not really the type to come off as nice.
What do you want?
Are they annoying? Bacula? Oh wow. That's a Foxy level mistake right there.
It's Byakuya.
Yeah, what was this about a promise?
What? Stop talking.
Yeah, you saying you don't know feels like a big fucking lie. So how about you spill the goddamn beans before I slap them out of you?
Let's go.
A certain room. The library, then. The archive door here, huh?
Let's go.
Of course there's a lot of dust. It's the fucking archives.
So, in other words,
An empty box, huh? Wait, so that's the desk lamp you've been using?
what?
Wait, it won't be declassified. Then what the fuck's it doing here? Then why are they here if they're classified police reports?
That's enough.
And they have stuff like who actually controls things behind the scenes. What the fuck is with this archive? Yeah, this library's got some intense fucking things in it. Stuff I would love to read through.
Interesting.
Classified government documents and police records.
Such ignorance.
Enough entertainment? Perhaps. Don't they? The usual actually does exist. Wait, you've read all of them more than once? Oh, of course your family does. A lot of power.
So, in other words,
So your family's a member of the council that controls everything. Well, so if I snuff you out here... So you like cold cases, huh? The Genocide Jack case.
that's right.
The word bloodlust, written in the victim's own blood. Nobody in the media ever found out, huh? The real genocide chick.
In other words,
Yeah, that would point to it.
interesting. Such ignorance.
Yeah, I'm not begging you, you fucking prick.
That's fine.
But there's something missing. Those scissors are everywhere. Holidays in the afternoon, huh? Yay, they have DID!
So, in other words, let's go. I don't have time to play with you.
Nah, I didn't really think we'd be together the whole time, 'cause you're kind of a dick.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you pretty much were a plaything. He's just looking at you for bits of his own intrigue. I don't think Jack did it. Jack kills with those scissors. Or at least pins them up with it. Hey, Fumi.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Have you?
I feel as if...
Oh dear God. Foxy! You deal with Hufumi. I don't like him.
That's it. I'm sure of it. Well, it would seem.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the reason why. I think she just doesn't like you. This doesn't seem like it'd be in the guys' locker room. I feel like that'd be in the girls' locker room, if anything. And then there's a blood stain. Or just a stain in general. Hey, Kyoko.
Indeed. However... Well...
What the fuck is everybody busy with some other shit? Like, how? What are you busy with? Somebody's been fucking murdered. I feel like that's priority one or we die.
So then... Goodbye.
Find her e-handbook. Big-breasted swimsuit model. Yeah? Doesn't seem like it'd be in the female locker room. Meaning they've been swapped. Because they want to make it seem like it wasn't done in the other locker room, right? They're bound with rope instead of, you know, nailed with scissors. And it has a plug. Extension cord. All of them have been stabbed to a wall. Bled to death. Alright, Sakura, what do you got for me?
Of course. I'm sorry.
So you never paid any attention to the poster.
However,
Wait, we have protein coffee? Shit, I wish I had some. Oh, it's just protein powder with coffee. Never mind.
of course.
Or they switched. Interest. The carpets and the posters have been switched. Meaning that likely the murder didn't take place here at all. Let's head back to the library, shall we? Hey, Drains, good to see you. So what Chihiro's been strung up with is an extension cord. No clue. What more do I need to fucking check, game? Bro, I really don't like this game sometimes. There's more to check. Really? So the Genocide Jack archive's gone. Give me a second. Yeah, we're investigating Chihiro's death. Heading to the warehouse now. Man, imagine knocking this shit onto somebody. That'd be a crappy way to die. Hi, Celeste. Wait, there's food, clothes, and towels here? Shit. Plus you have a pool, you have a library. Like, you have soundproof rooms. Bro, what more is there to ask for?
Most unfortunate.
Celeste, why do you act like this?
Actually,
Video games? Fair point. Internet's also a fair point.
indeed. Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, yeah, she probably wouldn't have died if she didn't break the rule. Damn, Celeste, that's cold. Well, guess what? Foxy, no internet for you, and Drains, no video games for you. You get to live with what we're given, I guess. Hey, Hina. So wait, you left her?
Yeah!
You really are a fucking airhead, aren't you? Hey, Lee. Really? You're going to redeem that? And why do I have to come out to play? You sure God created outer space and donuts. You really are a dumb... What a dumb punch. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to have some more donuts. Speaking of, I would actually like some myself. I'd like to have anything sweet at this moment. Well, you can't really spend more time with the dead. Not unless you have the skills, at least. An ice cream could work, or one of those Philadelphia cheesecake crumbles we have.
Well...
Either or. Lee, you're not the kind of sweets I'm looking for. I mean, it doesn't beg the question why she was avoiding you. there's a lot of girls that kind of avoid other girls because, well, some of them can be quite a bit of drama. I hear how they talk about each other behind their backs. Not the friendliest. Hell, they even cause drama just for wearing the same thing. Whereas guys typically just don't give two fucks, one way or another.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I mean, you're an airhead, Sakura's a gorilla. There is Celeste, who's kind of intense, and then Toko, who... Well, anybody would avoid Toko. Well, some people are prone to be a bit more relaxed around guys, some are prone to be more relaxed around women. Simple as that. No, it's not actually weird. There are some that just find the opposite sex more relaxing to talk to. Hina, go ahead and keep thinking that. Obviously, you don't have a brain to process anything else. Well, Nine, what are you talking about? You heading to sleep?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
So the class trial's already upon us. Well then, let's get it underway.
You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Well then, sleep well, Lee.
See you soon!
Let's get this underway.
Yo.
So Toko's missing.
Come on!
How could you forget the little nut job? Easy.
What are you gonna do?
You're hardly a lady, so it's fine to drag you around. Especially when you have business to take care of.
Let's go.
Well, it could be jealousy, or it could be a myriad of other things. You never know. But I will be right back. We are back. Thank you, Drains. Let's get into the class trial.
It's true.
Who do I think did it? That's a hard task. I can tell you right now, it wasn't Genocide Jack, though.
Well, thrills, chills, kills!
Deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. It's time for a deadly class trial. Who do you think did it? No, it wasn't Makoto.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used...
I hate that we actually have to aim.
But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, it's wrong.
It was the dumbbell, of course.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
I mean, isn't that kind of what you're supposed to do? When you see a fucking murder, aren't you supposed to, I don't know, investigate? If you're supposed to investigate?
That's so creepy.
We're literally sent to investigate the murder of our classmate. What the fuck you mean? Creepy.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
No way in hell it was Genocide Jack. They don't string him up with extension cords. The victim bled too little for it to be Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
Got in my way.
The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
They have a lot of crazy shit in the library.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
You're such a fucking moron, Hifumi.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
It's how the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
But they weren't.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
They strung him up with an extension cord, not with scissors.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Ifumi, shut up. You don't need to be adding to this.
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I mean, it's not a riddle. She suffers from PID, so it's one personality of the body, but not her. Ghetto.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I mean, her behavior did change.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She does sound different, because that's a different Toko.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Bingo!
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just Before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
So you just go and fucking tell people? Man, nobody can keep a secret with you, huh?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
This is why you don't believe the rich and powerful.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Wow, you are a piece of shit.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
but it wasn't Jack.
If I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Byakuya, you really are a cold-hearted bastard, aren't you?
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Not Genocide Jack. Genocide Jill.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
I don't think it was Toko either.
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
Yeah? Fucking freak.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
She's even more of a freak in the fucking anime. But welcome on in, Genocide Jill.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
What really creeps me out is how the fuck does she have a tongue longer than a snake's?
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
No, I think you're wrong.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
I don't think it was. Because normally all of Genocide Jill's targets are stabbed multiple times with her special scissors. Pinned to the wall with them.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of
This one was
herself
strung up with
exposed.
an extension cord.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit. But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
That would be a good guest strings. Status of the dead body. Alright, let's do this then.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, they don't.
Are the methods of murder really
Hey,
exactly
Amanda,
the
thank
same?
you for the raid. Holy shit, I'm still getting pelted. You were playing NTE, huh? I don't know you to play gacha games. I got absolutely pelted for the raid. And Virtue, thank you for the 13-month resub! I one really got you? I'm not too big into gacha games, just because I don't like how they do things. I feel gacha is a form of gambling that I just can't condone, as much as I love gambling. I feel like gacha takes advantage of people's weaknesses in a way that's presented in everyday fashion, such as video games, and really exploits them. I've seen people lose their entire month's rent on gacha games and have to go homeless. Hell, back during the early days of, I think, what was it, Genshin? Somebody robbed a bank just to fund their fucking addiction. For me, gacha games really play on people's weakness in a way that is presented too openly. But yes, welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nerl. I'm an eons old god of death who doesn't really meddle in mortal affairs. So these days I play a bunch of story games to continue having my adventures. And I hope you all take a seat and have fun. But Virtue, thank you for the resub. I do appreciate it. And Echo, it's good to see you, buddy. You try to do the free-to-play or do like the cheap little season pass, and that's about it? Fair enough. Oh yeah, but it's presented in a way that, oh look, a character weapon that I really want or really need to actually get through certain points in the game because, hey, what we're given isn't exactly meta, it breaks a lot of things. And a lot of people are like, ooh, character, I like this character, I like this design, gotta have. It's presented in too open a fashion. At least loot boxes, for a lot of games, is just cosmetic. Unless you went to like Black Ops 4? Black Ops 3? But yeah. I'm fine with gambling, especially in casinos. But you know what you're going into. In a game, it's too openly thrown about into the public. It's too much part of your everyday life. A lot of people kind of are expected to play gachas these days, just so they have something to talk about with some of their friends. Or they're looped in by the gameplay, or the story, or things like that, or the characters. It's openly presented in an everyday lifestyle for a gamer that ends up really taking advantage of addiction that they may not even know they had. Echo, congrats on 3rd. Thank you, buddy. For me, I just think the whole system of it is such a scumbag thing to do. And while I don't think we should outright ban gacha, because some people actually enjoy that, I think it should have somewhat stricter regulations, just like casinos have in the real world. Echo, thank you for the 100 biddies. No, we don't need a hype train. Buy it. It is generally the same idea. I just don't think there's enough regulations to contradict a lot of the, or but put it better, to stop a lot of the bad impulses that gacha games create. There's not enough in effect that can help minimize the damage that they, as a whole, can do being presented in our everyday lifestyles. Oh yeah. Even virtual casinos have a lot more restrictions these days. Casinos and gambling as a whole in their direct forms have way more restrictions. Even loot boxes are starting to have more restrictions. What doesn't have the restrictions that I believe we as a society need to protect our people in general is gacha games.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Well, yeah, like I said, this victim was strung up by an extension cord while they're normally nailed to walls with, you know, scissors. It's usually not blunt force trauma.
How is it any different?
The fatal injury, I'd suspect.
You don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Interesting way to put that.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The neck and the stomach. It's the victim's fatal injury, of course. Hey, DJ, why are you throwing stuff at me?
Death is different.
Howdy, DJ.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently
Ow!
killed
Stop it!
with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Why am I getting bullied?
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Jill! Quiet, you psycho.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah, they were stabbed through their hands. This one was suspended using an extension cord. Really doesn't match up. If a serial killer continues to use the same MO through all of their killings, why would they suddenly change that? Hey, Echo, thank you for the gifted sub to Spider-Man Nero.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangements. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
I mean, yeah, a professional typically would be pretty picky about what tools they use. Even for a cook, I used to use some higher-end knives. I mean, these days I don't, because I can't afford them, and I don't work in kitchens that would provide me with any specialty knives or anything, but that's besides the point.
You know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac, what a fucking nickname.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
That's because every one of her victims was a guy.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
All of them were dudes.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Jesus, I forgot how much of a fucking psychopathic bitch you really are.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
A lot. You have the time, sir, because that could take more than the time we get for this class trial.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
What is with you and Italian chefs? Are you craving pasta or something?
I have too much
explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Quite a bit, actually. Not just some. If it was for survival, why would she clearly out herself? You gotta think about it rationally for a moment.
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
Yeah? Yeah, she fucking is. Psycho. Yet, sadly, I think my biological brother would be into it. He likes dating psychos. If he was here right now, he'd probably slap me.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
Why? You seem so smug about not being able to tie a good knot.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
There is one person.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Toko's no longer Toko, so there's that. But no, it wasn't Toko. We've already figured that part out.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
A truth flashback, huh? How do I pull it then?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro.
Okay, where the fuck is the...
So of course,
There we
I
go.
would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
you wish you'd taken me with you.
Hey DJ? Hey DJ. Buddy? I'm gonna ask you don't spoil anything again. That's actually a point that hasn't been made yet in the game.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
No, it doesn't.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak. Huh? What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
No, he doesn't care. Because he knows he's innocent. He's just giving you a hard time and making your life difficult.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Make my argument, huh? Library desk lamp. What kind of bullshit does he say that I could shoot with that?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else
Oh, you fucker!
hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
That's because it wasn't a rope.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, it's wrong.
You're lying.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
That's what it would seem, but I know that can't be the case, can it? Because his actions and how he's reacting, he's not involved. He couldn't be.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Not a bad catch there, Foxy. It feels like a double cover-up. I mean, what better way to get away with a crime than making it seem like somebody else did it? And if you were unable to get that perfect, make it seem like it's either that person, or if it falls through, someone else. You always try to cover your bases. He is way too calm, but there are plenty of serial killers that are extremely calm under pressure like this.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
It was found in the girls' locker room. How would Byakuya get in there?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
I mean, think about it, Foxy. The rich and powerful are taught that people are no more than playthings often. Being calm when one of them dies by your own hand? Hell, a lot of them just play it off. Like they just accidentally broke a toy. He has called this a game. He has that attitude. He's called this whole charade nothing more than a game.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Well, there's the carpets and then there's the posters.
I believe I do.
You did knock him off guard. Way to go, Makoto.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Taka, shut your mouth so I can explain, why don't you?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
I mean, it's a good starting bit of proof.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Jill, shut up!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
I got
the rugs were
The
switched.
stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Then the murder wasn't a female at all. It was a male. Which, Byakuya didn't realize that the murder scenes had even been switched, meaning it wasn't him. Or else he would have realized that.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Well, things are getting quite interesting, aren't they?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
Unhackable.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Well, he's not the most motivated person.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Only against loaning. Borrowing a dead man's, there's no problem with it.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Then how would Byakuya get in there? By stealing one of the girls' handbooks?
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, Why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Well, that's all you have to say to get Monokuma on your side. Hey, it'll be more exciting.
For real?
Yeah, she did just dirty talk Monokuma.
Well then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want us to check the body again, huh?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No, wait!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
You know, Sakura, you're one of the few I actually like here.
No, it's okay. I think
You-
Chihiro would rather have a girl examine
Yakuya's
her.
okay, Celeste, and Kyoko. Only ones that have any kind of rational mind.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Well, that's a freak out.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
And there you have it, folks. Chihiro was a dude.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
It's really true?
Chihiro was guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Back to business then.
We've all just learned of the the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy, let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Yeah, he was a cross-dresser.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
He didn't even know it was a guy. Nor did he know that the scenes had been switched. How would he be the killer? He doesn't know key evidence. Or didn't know key evidence, so that would kind of rule him out, wouldn't it?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Somebody else killed it and Byakuya decided to fuck around with it, see how people reacted.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
So you decided to alter the scene of a crime. You know, that is a fucking crime in and of itself.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Because to him, it's all a game. Just stringing up a dead body to make it look like, you know, somebody else to watch other people solve it? It must be quite intriguing for him. He's about as twisted as Monokuma in that aspect.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Killer's a guy.
I got it!
Celeste's account, huh?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
How did I miss that?
Game over, man.
Hey, Ghosty.
Game over.
No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only...
Wrong. Celeste ended up seeing Chihiro.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever, just hurry.
How are you doing, Ghosty?
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a double bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, we can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Do we? I'm not piecing it yet.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items. and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for it, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took. First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because
I got you confused?
the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, it's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Only stuffing a track jacket in the duffel bag, not the color.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Mondo? Did you just give yourself away?
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just... Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Well, somebody just made a big blunder.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
But he wasn't. He had it stuffed in a duffel bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However,
Kyoko is one hell of a smart person.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
She's the witch!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then...
It might actually be useful for once? Holy shit!
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I got it!
It's
You know
Chihiro's.
Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
It has a weak spot.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
I mean, our e-handbook is kind of what we need to get into a lot of places. And, you know, we kind of need it overall.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow don't push directly onto your skin, you definitely get fried.
I didn't really come here to ask for a science lesson, Monokuma.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It was Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
Wouldn't he? He's the leader of a biker gang.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it doesn't.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yeah?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
You psychotic little fuck.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Gotta really get this one right.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Wait, did I actually get that right? God, it's kind of hard to figure out the exact thing.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed a nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Gotcha, dead to rights, Mondo.
This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Taka, shut your damn mouth.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you! False! Show me some evidence. I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt!
I don't remember what the fuck to do this. That is such a stupid ass thing.
I refuse to give up yet.
I really don't like this. This game, it's good except for the mechanics are bad. The minigames aren't fun.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
Nothing's happening. This is so dumb. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm about to drop this game. This stupid. Ugh. This right here is probably the worst part of it.
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
It's such a terrible mechanic that's not even fun.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
You don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Like, I don't care what you say, the little tempo game, it's dog shit. I like the game itself, I just don't like the tempo there. It's not fun.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And time for execution!
Unbelievable.
So, Taka tried to sabotage us, huh?
Sorry.
What is this?
Now then. Actually...
So, what? Inferiority complex? So his inferiority complex is what finally broke him, huh?
Wait,
So, the fact that you were willing to divulge that he was actually a guy kind of shattered him.
Hey,
I'm sorry. But...
So, after finally being threatened to be discovered, he decided to be strong, huh? I guess everybody has their own kind of motivation, right?
That's right. I want to change.
hey,
Yeah, that's right.
So, if he came to you with a secret, why did you kill him?
Correct. Indeed.
So, to keep the secret, he changed the crime scene. Make it still seem like he was a chick.
Certainly.
But...
Because...
You killed him, but, I mean, there's a certain aspect of loyalty to what you did.
I knew it.
What is this?
Nothing could have been that bad, huh? I'm curious what your secret you were hiding was.
You're wrong! Don't make me repeat myself.
hey,
Wait, Mondo killed his own brother? Jesus! No echo? Way off base, apparently. Daya Owada. Well, it wasn't that he was non-manly. It was more that he didn't like the idea of being told that he's just along for the ride.
I just... Don't fuck with me.
And it was even on purpose. His big brother saved him. Damn. Mondo just wanted to be a bigger man, so he tried his being reckless to win a race. Nearly died, and his brother saved him from that death.
I just...
So it all came down to a secret. One who pretended they were strong, and the other pretended to be a different gender, just to hide their own weaknesses.
I just...
Didn't know what to do about it, so you killed, hoping to protect what you could.
I'm sorry. Huh? But I want to change.
Didn't want to be weak anymore.
You piece of... What? What?
Huh?
So you were jealous of somebody trying to better themselves? So you killed them before they could.
What?
No! What's wrong?
Damn you!
I just wanted to...
Yeah, that's right.
So you fucking snapped. Interesting.
You son of a bitch! I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Sometimes it breaks you. Even if you're aggressive and angry, there are some things you'll always regret. Yeah, we got it right. It was Mondo.
Yep.
It's punishment time!
Ridiculous. Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Let's give it everything we've got.
And it's kind of heartbreaking to hear Mondo's reasoning. It really is.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
The cage of death. Y'all ready? And there goes Mondo. The second trial, the second execution. Sometimes, going mad is all you can do.
Naturally.
Game is life or death. Sorry. Part of reality. Not something you can escape.
Hey. However...
What?
Like I said, Foxy, he sees these people as nothing more than toys. He did it just because it'd make things interesting if he tampered with the crime scene.
Honestly. There is nothing to be done. Well...
Sold out your local grocery store for 100 yen? You would need a lot more Mondo than just one.
I see.
So you were just doing it to see how the others would react. You are really a sociopathic asshole who thinks he's above the rest of the world.
Interesting.
Correct. Indeed. Hey.
What's this?
You...
Oh, probably. You've been live streaming our deaths, haven't you?
Ooh, how exciting!
Are you, Byakuya? Are you gonna find him and kill him?
In the name of my family.
You're getting all riled up.
A blind puppy in hell had more of a few. Damn.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
No, that isn't a terrifying thought, now is it?
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
And that's where chapter 2 leaves off. And just like it says, to be continued, folks. That's where we're calling it here. I know it's only 7:45, but I do plan to hang out with Akrith. That is, it is our Tuesday hangout time. So I will see you all next time. Hello. Bye-bye.